distinguished faculty of IIM Sambhalpur, the Dean Academics, the faculty heading various committees, fellow colleagues on the podium, the CEO Vedanta Aluminium, the country manager Amazon India, and distinguished students. I was quite fascinated to read about MBA business analytics. And as a student of engineering, mathematics, and chemical engineering, I thought this subject is forward-looking, as also uh, keeping in keeping in mind the modern trends in terms of technology development sweeping across the country. In fact, the landscape of work has evolved at a rapid pace, and what we have witnessed is transformative technology breakthroughs across sectors: space technology, biotechnology, semiconductors, new materials and composites, energy generation, storage, robotics. Across sectors, what we have witnessed is a technology transformation. And I'm happy to note that the curriculum that is envisaged for MBA, BA analytics covers many of these aspects. In addition, there is also some emphasis on innovation, leadership, and technology development. Personally, I have been an ardent follower of the maximum governance, minimum government model, which seeks to bring together a digital empowerment of citizens and a digital transformation of institutions. And a relentless pursuit of excellence has made this vision possible. As my fellow speakers have said, there's simply no shortcuts to success. And India's meritocracy is based upon a relentless pursuit and hours of hard work. What fascinated me about MBA, BA was the focus on data. In God we trust, everybody else brings data to the table. Professor Jaiswal and I worked together for now 7 years. In fact, 2018 was when I had met him first. And over the past 7 years, he's been a member on our advisory group for Viksit Bharat at 2047 on governance. And some of the ideas that he enunciated today have we found mention into the vision document that we had formulated. So let me tell you what the vision of India as a technology superpower, as one that is committed to the principles of social equity, justice, transparency, and accountability, and one where you fit in very aptly into India's governance models and future thinking, how it looks. We are pursuing the vision of Panch Pran, that is the goal of a developed India, to removing traces of colonial mindset, taking pride in our roots, and unity and sense of duty among citizens. And this can be achieved through the policy maxim of a maximum government, maximum governance, minimum government approach, which I said was a digitally empowered citizen and a digitally transformed institution. So bringing the citizens and government closer has been an important aspect of ease of living and ease of doing business. What we heard from Amazon India was how ease of living has improved, and of course, the business model is extremely strong. I am part of a task force on deregulation, which looks at simplifying the business models, simplifying the laws, so that the business can function without too many regulatory compliances. In fact, 23 such regulatory compliances were identified for simplification, which cover various laws, land-related laws, labor-related laws, local utilities and compliances, as also abolition of minor criminal provisions that are there. The Jan Vishwas Act was promulgated. Thereafter, the deregulation policies also envisage state-level process simplification, and many industries are likely to benefit from the setting up of a deregulation commission in the coming months. How do you see India's digital March, Digital India was mentioned in the director's speech. I'm part of two major programs. One is the digital transformation of the Secretariat, which covers more than 500,000 employees, as also the state secretariats, the district secretariat, collectors' offices, and the transformation and the march to a digital central secretariat is monitored for several years under my leadership. The second one is redressal of public grievances, where we seek to improve the ease of living, where citizens can approach and write to government through online platforms. So a complete elimination of paper through strong digital platforms has been envisaged. And today, the centralized public grievances monitoring system is the world's largest citizen interface. And this was possible because of India's technology strength, and it has adopted artificial intelligence models to a strong digital platform, which makes it for transformative governance. It was very difficult to identify in a nation of India's size disaggregated data sets where you can pin down in a particular tehsil, a post office in Araku Valley, in Visakhapatnam district. If you want to identify, have a grievance that your money order has not reached or the money order sent has not been received, then you can still identify on a disaggregated databases. And AI provides you that kind of nuanced information which hitherto we never had access to. So futuristic technology models being built into governance have provided for tremendous transformation. This, coupled with the Jandhan, Aadhaar, and mobile network, the JAM Trinity, with direct benefit transfers, has eliminated a lot of administrative overreach as also colorable exercise of authority. In fact, the CP Grams over the last decade has received tremendous amount of national and international appreciation. It was identified as one of the digital platforms that will take India for Viksit Bharat at 2047, one of the big technology ideas that will take India forward. The second one was it was recognized as a state-of-the-art public grievance redressal system, which can be replicated across 56 countries of the Commonwealth. So effective redressal of public grievances. People write to government and expect a reply to be given to them. In fact, today, more than 30 lakh citizens write to government every year, and in the past 5 years, more than 1.3 crore citizens have written. Government assures a reply to be given in 15 days' time. So that kind of technology and monitoring oversight has been enabled through strong digital platforms. So it is imperative that both the MBA program students as also the MBA business analytics program students update themselves on how digital platforms can simplify ease of living as also ease of doing business. In fact, skill upgradation models in the government are based upon tremendous digital empowerment of employees. The iGot Karmayogi platform, the mission Karmayogi itself, is aimed at building functional competencies. Today, I see 60-year-olds who largely undergo programs with regard to emerging technology, with regard to artificial intelligence, to understand how their skill sets can be further enhanced. There are also behavioral competency models wherein which learning to work with large teams. For example, Amazon today brings together a huge gamut of work. If you're coming to work with masses of people, wherein which leadership skills, coordination skills are necessary, team building is necessary, some of these behavioral competency models are very important to understand. The initiative for increasing efficiency in government has been marked by several milestones. We've recently had the implementation, the Department of Government Efficiency that the United States had set up. How does our initiative for increasing efficiency in decision-making in government compare with what the DOGE has done? We've tried to eliminate multiple layers across government, creating flatter organizations. Small, thin organizations work in a at rapid speeds. This is something that you will discover. And I have personally always believed that working with small teams can provide tremendous results. and across sweeping, transformative, radical reforms can be brought about by people working in small teams with a vision to serve the nation with a citizen-first approach. So we brought down the levels of submission, created flatter organizations, reviewed financial delegation, administrative delegation, created digitally empowered civil servants through the e-office system, digitized office receipts, digitized files, and this was what led to a tremendous speed of decision making that we had witnessed. The work studies were undertaken to identify areas where bureaucratic flab existed so that thinner organizations could be created. Let me also mention to you that many offices that you visit have a lot of old furniture, outdated digital equipment, photocopiers not functioning. The Swachhta Abhiyan to clean up more than 12 lakh office spaces was taken up, resulted in scrap that was cleared amounting to more than 3,200 crores. So that was the quantum of official scrap that we were carrying that could be disposed of, and tremendous waste to wealth could be generated. For those who are very interested in statistics and data management, it is important to develop effective metrics. Everybody governs, but the quality of governance needs to be monitored. There are a lot of digital platforms that are out there, but the quality of a digital platform also needs to be assessed in terms of accessibility, content availability, security and data privacy, status and request tracking, use of emerging technologies, use of artificial intelligence, and citizen responses. So we try to formulate two major models: the Good Governance Index, which assesses the quality of governance of states covering multiple sectors, and second is the National E-Services Delivery Assessment, which monitors the quality of integrated as also standalone service delivery portals. The attempt is to create such portals wherein which you file an application, the citizen gets a response. It should be easy to navigate, it should have adequate security and data access. It's also important to recognize meritocracy. They're bright students, they're students who are in the catch-up. So it is important to recognize meritocracy, and government has endeavored to identify and recognize merit through two major schemes: the Prime Minister's Awards for Excellence in Public Administration, which recognize outstanding work and contributions to the nation, as also the National E-Governance Awards, which recognize innovation across the spectrum of digital platforms and governance models. Further, dissemination of the good work that is being done needs to be taken up, and we take it up through a number of regional conferences that are held in various state capitals, which bring together the brightest of officers so that the experiences are shared, the challenges that they have faced are narrated. One of the major success stories in terms of citizen digital empowerment has been the Digital Life Certificate campaign. Pensioners above the age of 60 to 100 have to submit an annual life certificate or a certificate of existence. Today, from within the confines of their home, the digital life certificates can be submitted through face authentication. That is a massive transformation in terms of an individual not having to go to a pension office and stand in line, or go to a bank, spend a full day. Within 20 seconds, you can get your digital life certificate generated. It's a tremendous transformation in terms of ease of living. DigiYatra, many of you who have traveled using DigiYatra would have experienced how rapid it is in terms of getting through various security clearances. In Hyderabad airport, the time between reaching an airport and reaching the boarding gate is monitored, and the number of passengers who are using DigiYatra is also monitored. So they try to cut down, and as a measure of systemic efficiency, monitor the time taken. In fact, I was told it has come down to as low as 5 minutes. In fact, Vision India at 2047 of Viksit Bharat is one wherein which, on the governance side, we're trying to formulate a picture of imagining India through innovation. So 40 officers below the age of 40. It is the age of youth. And those who have a vision for the nation, particularly in the broad sectors of governance, energy, net zero, housing, transportation, climate change, governance, public policy, have been identified and engage with seed stage startups, advanced startups, faculties who are working in research parks to ensure that a vision document can be created. I did also speak about working with large teams, and we have what is called a Chintan Shivir model. How do you work with a large group of people and create leadership? That is only possible when you know each individual personally. So a Chintan Shivir model tries to create a horizontal model of governance wherein which you get to sit with the officials. You sit with all your colleagues for 2 days on a specific problem and try to identify a solution. Otherwise, government models or even corporate models tend to work on large hierarchical chains wherein which interpersonal relations are at a premium. You hardly get to know the person sitting in your next room. A Chintan Shivir brings together people to exchange ideas, create strong interpersonal relations, and I found it one of the most progressive governance models that I have witnessed. Of course, international collaborations and best practices are being studied. Comparative public administration models is something that I have tried to assimilate over a period of time. For example, the digital agile governance model, which Korea practices, the entire public services department of Singapore, the digital governance models. And what I have seen is across the globe, from Estonia to Singapore, from Australia to United States, every country is going digital. So it is important to keep oneself abreast with technology developments and try to simplify the ease of doing business models through technology adoption, as also the ease of living by improving and process reengineering of systems. So these are some of the thoughts that I've had. We work very closely with several state governments, and this is the models that we bring to them, that you cannot govern a 21st century India with a governance model where the laws were written in colonial times. The laws need updation, the manuals of office procedures need updation, and constantly it has been the endeavor to rewrite laws, to update laws, to ensure 21st century governance models can be put in place. So I've tried to collate the vast gamut of work that we have done in ushering in a technology revolution in governance, and my own almost decade-long now association with administrative reforms. I can't believe 7 years have passed when Professor Mahadev Jaiswal had first walked into DRPG as I was reflecting on it, and several hundreds of meetings that we've had over this almost decade-long period. The transformation in governance has been quite significant. So my good wishes to each of the young students who are entering the course today, and we look forward to following your careers with great interest. So thank you very much, Professor Jaiswal, and congratulations to all the faculty of IIM Sambhalpur, and my regards to my fellow panelists and speakers today. Thank you very much.